Hey, how you doing? This is Gangligo. I am joined with... No. That's not what I had in my mind. That's not
No.
what I had.
Take 852.
Hey, hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, all that, no.
3 words in. No. It's gonna be a long night, dude.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Runescapers Anonymous, the podcast for those with a crippling RuneScape edition. I am Gangly Goat, and today we have got our co-host, our friend, our absolute man of the fucking moment, Tbaginsnper. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. You? Hi, everybody.
Yeah, not bad. After taking about 10 minutes to try and do that intro, yeah, definitely doing a little bit better now. So this really is just a sort of a general podcast for people who are like us and absolutely addicted to RuneScape. Between us, we've got 35 years worth of experience. I mean, I've been playing for 20 years. I mean, you're probably very similar to me, if I remember
Yeah,
right.
man. Probably roughly about the same time. You've been playing it longer than me, mate. You
Yeah.
got me into this game.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, so over 35 years experience and not a single maxed account between us. I think that's probably got to be some kind of world record. Yeah, that either says we're really good or really shit at the game. I haven't decided yet, but we'll learn as we go along. So this podcast is basically gonna be for people who are sort of like us to sit and plod along on RuneScape, not really knowing what the hell they need to do, but just doing bits and bobs. Before we get into all of that stuff, though, I want us to sort of to introduce ourselves and just sort of see who, so the people listening know exactly who we are. I'll take the lead. T, just so you know roughly the kind of shit that I'm talking about.
Man.
Right, so I'm Gangly Goat. I basically, like I said, I've been playing RuneScape for 20 years. I think I started back when I was about 12, so that was not quite 20 years. No, I was 11 when I started, which is 19 years ago. So yeah, I've been playing for about 19 years. Not really massively consistent. To be fair, I did have had a lot of time off, but any RuneScaper will know you'll never finish and never quit in RuneScape. You just AFK for a while, and that's the way that it works. I absolutely loved it back in the day. Claim to fames are things like being one of the first Debo triplets when the Debo first came out, Barrage Brothers, all that sort of stuff. So I remember all of those eras. And then when it went into dungeoneering and the evolution of combat, that's when I really sort of took a step away from it, because to me it got a little bit too easy, I want to say. Since coming back, I have gone through about 10 different accounts because I can't really decide exactly what I want to do. Finally settled on making a max, which I'm absolutely nowhere near maxing, which is lovely. And now, since I've started doing YouTube videos, don't forget to check out Gangligo Games on YouTube. We are doing a new account with making money, so I'm not on my max account at all. And then me and the lovely Tbaginsnper are looking at doing a group hardcore Ironman, so that's another time away from the max that I'm trying to do. Yeah, I think that's about it, really. What about you, T? Gives us a little bit about you.
Hey guys, Tbaginsnper here. To be honest, I'm pretty much on the same journey as the famous Gangly Goat. Few accounts, lost a few. Ultimate goal is going for 99, but I'm just trying to see what the best money makers is and seeing what help there is in the community. Just try and get the community vibes back.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Since Evolution of Combat, since that sort of killed off the game essentially back in 2008 era, the game has never really been the same. When they brought out Old School in 2013, I want to say,
Yeah.
around that time. It kind of seemed to make a bit of a comeback, but I think the big problem is bots. Years and years ago, they had no anti-cheat system. They had no bot detection. So we were seeing worlds full of people, and it was because most of them are bots. Most probably, obviously, I'm not that much into it sort of stuff, but I would say that's probably half the reason as to why it feels like there's no community now. It's nice to see people starting to play the game again, though. I mean, there are sort of certain people in free to play that I've noticed are fresh, so have never played it, never really known what to do. So it's quite nice seeing that, but it is very rare to see. What do you think of all of this stuff that they're doing into the game, like adding in, like all the raids, all that sort of stuff? I mean, obviously we've never been. I mean, I've never been to a raid. I presume you've never been to a raid either.
No, I've watched streams of people doing them, but mate, any content to a game where they're bringing in new ideas, new weapons, new armor, new activities, it's all a bonus.
One thing that amazes me is like the staff or the wand or whatever it's called, 1.5 billion GP. I mean, I'm sure I'm here like celebrating 100 mil, and these guys are getting staffs worth 1.5 bill. I think I watched somebody get their third staff in something like 100 kill count on this new raid. So he's like made 6 bill in 100 kills. Absolutely
Wow.
mental. There's the money makers. That's why we need to max. So right, yeah. So let me just have a quick chat about the YouTube series that I'm doing. So yeah, I run I run a YouTube channel, and essentially what I used to do is I used to do Call of Duty videos and that sort of stuff. But I'm now staying on RuneScape. RuneScape is it's a game I've always come back to. I've loved it ever since the first day I played it. Even back at RuneScape Classic, I loved it then.
Wow,
And yeah, but that is, isn't it? That game is. I remember playing RuneScape Classic for the first time and just thinking, what an awful game this is at first.
yeah.
But I just kept coming back. I couldn't help it. I kept logging in every single day. I don't know. I don't know what it is about RuneScape. Like graphically, it's not graphically great. It's not contently great, but there is just something about it. I think it's the I have got to get these to 99 that's driving people back to it.
Yeah, it's well, it's all about the grind, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely more addictive than any drink, drug, or action like alcohol, social media, gambling, and all of that stuff I could stop, but the RuneScape never. I'm 100% addicted to this game.
Go do me iron bars.
That's it. So yeah, anyway, what I'm doing is I'm doing a free to play to bond series in a minute, where essentially I'm starting a fresh level 3 account, and I am trying to show people that it is you are possible to level up an account, skill an account, do whatever in the free to play world, get yourself a green cash stack, and then become a member, and then start maintaining that membership. Because the big thing is money. People want the full experience, and there's only so much you can do free to play. I mean, fair enough, you could get 99 in all your free to play stats, and that would take a hell of a long time to do. But you sort of miss out on a massive experience by not being a member. Now, the issue with membership is money. People don't want to spend money, do they? It's money's hard to come by. At the moment, it's with the cost of fuel, with the price of gas, electric, with all that sort of stuff going up. The last thing you want to be doing is spending your money on a game. So realistically, the ability to make money in game and buy a membership through that in-game money is a massive thing, and I'm really glad they introduced it, because obviously years ago it wasn't. I still remember the days when I used to have to top up my phone to text in
Yeah.
to get the code.
Wow, that's a blast from the past. Is that?
Yeah, I remember because I lived in Spain at the time. Well, we lived in Spain at the time, and my nan Every time my nan come over on holiday, I used to say to her, "Oh, can you bring me 20 quid's worth of credit?" So she used to go down to the local shop, get a little print out receipt from the shop for a £20 credit top up for my phone, so then I could text in and get a couple of months membership on RuneScape and stuff. So yeah, I want to show people that it's possible. I want to show people that you can do it, and there's loads of people out there doing it, and loads of people have done it in the past. But with the price of bonds now being at 6 mil, I thought, you know what, let's try and skill it, because a lot of these videos I watch, they're flipping, they're merching, they're buying low and selling high, and that's all well and good if you know what you're doing, or if you're paying the subscriptions to the websites that will tell you what to buy and sell. But talking about buying and selling, did you see how cheap Inquisitor's armor was the other day?
Yeah.
Somebody bought a full set for 1 GP. What it is basically somebody. Anyone who doesn't know, you should know if you're a RuneScaper. But Inquisitor's armor is like the most expensive armor in the game.
Second expensive.
Second, there we go.
What,
And
about
was it?
50 mil? It was
I
about.
think.
It was about that.
I think, you know, I'm gonna have to, while we're talking, I'm gonna have to get up on the old Tinterweb, old school RuneScape wiki. But basically, somebody was selling something like 50 sets of them, but sold them for really, really cheap. Put them up for sale for 1 GP. For some, I don't think they've come out and said why, but
Oh,
they sold it.
there's Inquisitors, or there's Inquisitors. 218.
218 mil. There we go. Yeah, because you've got Inquisitors, and then you've got
I was thinking of Justica,
yeah, Justica. Yeah.
because it looks pretty much the same.
Yeah, so Inquisitor's armor, they were selling it for, so it's 218 mil, and they were selling it for 1 GP. And that's why there was a massive price crash, just for sort of like 24 hours or overnight or whatever. People buying them for 10k, 1k, 1 GP. He sold 50, this person, and made 18 mil from the 50 that he sold, or something like that. I don't know if it was exactly 50, but he just had a load of them, which, fair play, you've given somebody a 218 million GP profit. I mean, that's some going, but clearly this kid that sold them all just doesn't need the money, for one thing I'd say. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing, and then me and you, T, we're gonna do hardcore Iron Man, aren't we? We're gonna jump into a group Iron Man set up and have a little go at doing a hardcore Iron Man and seeing exactly what it's all about. We're gonna put ourselves through that torture, really, aren't we?
I don't really want to, but we're gonna do it.
I think what we've got to do is, because the beauty of the group session is that we can trade, we can rely on each other a little bit. So when we level up our combat, we can train with each other, like go God Wars together, that sort of stuff eventually. Because the problem you've got with an Iron Man is if it's a multi-combat area and somebody hits that monster, no matter what the drop is, even if you've done all the damage and they've only hit once, you can't pick up that item.
Yeah, you don't get the drop.
So at least with us being a group, we're working together. It doesn't matter then. We can pick it up. We can trade amongst ourselves. So you could focus on mining and smithing, and I can focus on crafting for the jewelry and that sort of stuff. And we haven't got to worry too much about maxing everything. Whereas when you work on your own, when you play on your own, you've got to max absolutely everything.
Yeah.
So there is that beauty. Obviously, combat would have to level up no matter what, but rune crafting, I could do rune crafting and you could do construction, let's say, or vice versa, or one of us could do hunter, one of us is fletching.
Yeah, man, that's actually quite a good idea, is that?
It's gonna be a good experience. I mean, have you tried hardcore Iron Man or any Iron Man before?
Yes, I think I have, but I don't think I lasted long. I think I was training up my attack and defense, and I think I got killed by a hill giant.
Yeah, I
You know what it's
think.
like, taking your eyes off the screen.
Yeah, that's the problem is we're so used to things being AFK. Like right now, I'm fishing, and to be fair, I've been fishing on my free to play to Bond series account, and it's quite AFK. I can just hit fish, cage lobsters, and then I can go ahead and do what I want. And when you to a certain degree, any skill can be like that, even combat. So you kind of get used to being, I don't know, let's say 50 attack, strength and defense, and not having to worry. And then the second you're not, you don't have that same mentality. You still got that I don't need to worry mentality.
Yeah.
And all it takes is a server lag for 5 seconds for it to be 3 ticks and they've hit you 3 times, and all of a sudden that's it, you're gone.
Yeah.
The thing about the group Iron Man, though, I think, might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you get lives. So because there's 2 of us, we can afford to die once, and then the second time we die, that's it. We've lost the hardcore status.
Oh, that's quite good.
The one thing I don't know is, though, if, let's say, I die once and then you die, do we both lose it, or is it a case of we both get a chance to die once each? So do we both get a life each, or is it a life to share between us? That's why I don't know.
Ooh, that's a good shout. Is that?
Definitely be
Each
a
then
good
a spare one?
experience. You what, man?
What is it? It was one each, then a spare one. I'm guessing.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm definitely gonna need a life. I can't. I mean, what I've been doing is I've been watching Guides for Us All. I've been watching Torvestas, and Frames. Is it Framed? I think it is Frames. Hardcore Romance stuff, just to get a general feel of how they play and what they do in the order they do stuff. Because you've got to be a bit efficient. Like, you're not gonna train your attack, strength, and defense accounts from 5 to 20 like I did on my free to play to Bond series. Because realistically, you're just going to go ahead and do the waterfall quest, which is 30 attack, 30 strength straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching at the moment. I'm watching Go for Us All's Group Iron Man, actually. So he's on. I think I'm on episode 7 at the minute. But the problem is, I'm watching it, but I'm also playing Runescape at the same time, so I'm not really taking it in.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start this Hardcore Iron Man and just not have a clue. But we live and learn. We live and learn. Anyway, as part of that, there's going to be giveaways. So on the YouTube account, on the YouTube series, what I'm hoping we can do is we can end up getting you to record your side of stuff, so then I can do videos where that combines both of us, and it can actually show your side of stuff as well, and not just me leveling up my account. I want it to show yours as well.
Ooh.
And then I'm gonna throw some giveaways in there.
Ooh, pick me.
It's gonna be like RuneScape giveaways up until the final goal. Now, the final goal for me is gonna be, I want to go as far as an Inferno and get the Inferno cape.
Likewise, I've never got it. I want to get it.
I've never tried it. I'll be honest. I've got Fire Cape once, and I've never done it since. Yeah, Inferno cape is definitely something, and I'm thinking if I get to the Inferno cape, I think I might give away some merch. I might give away a hoodie or something.
Ooh.
So, like, the first 99, you'll get, like, I don't know, like a 2 mil giveaway or 3 mil giveaway, and then the reaching 2,000 total level will be, like, a 5 mil giveaway or whatever. So I'm going to have a couple of stages along the way. First pet will be another giveaway.
Ooh. Set yourself some little challenges.
Yeah, so, like, just sort of, like, little, sort of five or so little sort of goals to tick off along the way to get to that final goal, essentially.
Yeah, man. One thing off the bucket list.
What are you doing right now, anyway? You on RuneScape?
I'm just waiting for it to update. Ah, here we go.
Lovely. So I'm currently lobbying lobsters. I remember when lobsters were 400 GP each. Now they're worth absolutely sod all. Well, they're worth now 158.
Wow.
That is depressing. I remember when new logs were 1k.
Yeah.
Crazy. The prices on this game are is absolutely crazy. The fluctuation, and the problem is it does make it really difficult to make some money, especially on a free to play. And I see why people do say, "Oh, it is really difficult," because well, in reality, it is quite difficult. You just got to know what you're doing. Mysterious old man. Do I talk to him? I don't really do the random events. Would you like to come and solve a maze for me? Yeah, go on then, I'll do a maze. I haven't done a maze in ages.
Yeah, just totally in the motherlode mine, just hitting down here.
Are you on your account that you accidentally activated the bond on?
No, I'm not. I'm a man. I was so gutted. I couldn't believe that. Like, look, I did the bond. I didn't even look at the name. Put the bond on like that and looked at my mine and thinking that's not 90 mine. It went no.
I know, I've never done Motherlode Mine. I've heard of a really good moneymaker. And it's mining basalts or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And apparently it's good because what you can do is you mine the basalt and then you can go upstairs and get it noted and then go back downstairs and just carry on mining. And apparently you can make a lot of money. Experience wise is rubbish because you get 5 XP per one that you mine.
Which video have you watched? I think I've watched the exact same one.
I think it was Sir Pugger
Yes, that's yeah. So yeah, it's a
because
bugger.
it was on about the bots there.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Good old Sir Pugger. I like his videos. I haven't watched his Lava Man series yet. That's the one thing I haven't watched.
When did I watch that? Today.
Oh, so I finished my maze and I got 500 feathers and 83 steel arrows. So that was worth a whopping 2k. Woohoo! Yeah, when it comes to this hardcore Iron Man as well, what I need to work out is all the little tricks. So like, I don't know if you've noticed, but when they do Iron Man series, they seem to be cashing in their cats to get death runes.
Yes.
But I don't know what that is. I mean, I got Gertrude's cat once. I turned it into a Hellcat for Recipe of Disaster.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't. It must be after Gertrude's cat because obviously you get a kitten for that one,
Yeah,
don't you?
and then you cash it in for 200 death runes, and you keep getting a cat.
Yeah, yeah. That's who else does that? Is it Tarvester? Who does that?
Yeah, Torvesta does that on his one. Obviously he's done 100k's worth of death runes or something.
Yeah.
Which 200. Every time you cash the cat in, it's worth 35k. It's not bad. Selling the cat for 35 grand. Only life was that easy.
You kitty.
Yeah, just taking random cats off the street. Come on, you're off.
You're gonna make me some money.
I tell you what I do like. I actually like rune crafting. Talking about different. Oh no, my bag of Skittles has literally just fell off the desk and
Oh
fallen
no.
all over me. My mum's sat in the room next to me, pissing herself. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Shout through to you, mum. Can't take him anywhere.
Oh god.
You need a bib.
Yeah, I need to be sat in like a little trough. Well, no, I tell you what, a blow up paddling pool. That would do.
It's still miss.
Yeah, I still would. Right, so
Molly.
what's your goals for your current account then? So your current main account. What's your let's say what I think we should do is I think we should set a short term goal so that we can let the view so we can sort of see the viewers can see our progress if we actually make any progress.
To be honest, I'm just in the motherlode mine. I'm probably how many days membership have I got left? Yeah, 9 days. 9 days to hit 90 level 92.
Well, you know,
90.
that's nice. Nice little 2 levels in 9 days. Bit of AFK, especially. But that's the issue with the game is just there's never enough time to play it. It's sort of work and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to play. It'd be nice to be like one of these content creators where they're just constantly being able to play it all day if they wanted to.
Yeah, just being able to do whatever you want whenever you want.
Problem is that even if I wasn't a full-time teacher. I've got kids, 4 kids ain't gonna let me sit and play Runescape all day. Not unless I train
Well,
them.
not if you lock them in the basement.
Uh,
Or lock yourself in the basement.
I have to, yeah, lock myself in the basement, so I'm off. I'd have to train them all up, get them all on different accounts. Right, you can be woodcutting yew trees for me. You can be fishing for lobsters.
What, your little botting army?
Yeah, like the Venezuelans, but there'll be RuneScape documentaries on me. Slave labor in RuneScape community.
The RuneScape pimp.
Right, kids, if you want to earn £1 for today, you need to cut 10,000 yew trees.
Minimum.
What am I? So I am 63 fishing. So I mean, I'm looking at doing a podcast every couple of weeks. I mean, maybe either once a week or once every 2 weeks. I'm not sure yet. It's gonna be a bit of a driving force. It's gonna give me the sort of the mojo to put the controller down and stop playing Call of Duty and spending an hour a week in the evening or 2 hours or whatever it is playing a bit of RuneScape, because in a minute I'm playing on my phone and I'm sort of falling behind a little bit because work's getting a bit more manic now. So I'm 63 fishing. I want to get that to 70, definitely. 67 crafting. Probably get that to about 70 as well, actually. Because I'm sort of moving into diamond rings, which is a bit more XP now than these sapphire rings that I was doing. But I mean, by the next podcast, I'd like to have the next episode out of the series, and I'm hoping last episode is at 4.5 mil. Next episode, I want to be at 7.5 mil. But I think it'd be quite easy. Diamond rings, I'm going to make 1.2 mil profit just on 2,000 diamond rings.
Nice.
Because if you sell them, so buy the diamonds, buy the gold bars, make the rings, sell 2 per world to Grum's Gold Exchange, you make 1.2 mil profit from 2k of them.
Jeez. I mean, what's the minimum you can sell?
You sell 2 per world. You could probably sell three or 4 per world and still make profit. But obviously, the more you sell, the less you get next time round.
Yeah.
So you sell one, you get like 500, 600 GP profit. You sell a second one, you get something like 300 and something. So it works out about 1k profit per 2, essentially, or something. Or just over a k profit per 2. Yeah, about 1100.
Are you making money on them?
Yeah, so even if I made the rings and then sold the rings to the GE, I'd make 100 GP per ring. But then by selling them to Grum's Gold Exchange, I mean, you could just buy the rings and sell them straight to the exchange and make 400-500 GP profit. But if you make them, you make an extra 100 GP. So by making them, that first one I'll sell for 650 GP profit, and the second one sells for like 550. So yeah, it works out at 1200 GP profit per 2 that you sell. And then doing that 1,000 times, that's where you get your 1.2 mil from. So, and realistically, 2k rings it's only going to take me about an hour and a half to make them, and then to sell them, it's another hour, hour and a half tops. So we're looking at 1.2 mil in 3 hours. So it's 400k profit per hour as a free to play, and bad at all.
You can't grumble at that, can you?
No, that's a bond in less than a day. I mean, in 10 hours, that's 4 mil. So in 15 hours, you've made 6 mil, which is a bond. Problem is, though, you need to have the outlay.
Yeah, you need the money before you. Well, you need money before. You need money to make money, though, don't you?
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's why free to play is so hard. Because those low levels, it is. That's why, like, my first 2 videos, I made 1 mil, whereas in the last video, I went from 2 to 4.5 mil.
That should be like when you list, like, obviously you do you do your stronghold security, you get your 10k from that, then you should see how much you can make from that just by buying crap.
That's going to be a series. I've got it planned already.
Okay, just trying to nick your idea.
Instead of doing stronger security, I think I'll just I think I'll just give my account 10k from my other account because I can't be asked going through the stronghold. I'm lazy. So I'll just give my account 10k and just go, right, 24-hour game time. So in 24 hours, how much am I going to make? And obviously, in the 24 hours, the trade restriction would have been lifted. And that's probably, I mean, if you're spending 2 hours a day, that's what, 2 weeks nearly? Yeah, just under 2 weeks worth of playing the game. But to do that, I'm going to have to learn how to flip items, as well as doing things like getting on my crafting and stuff like that. Because in the 2 hours, I could sit there and make rings, let's say, for 2 hours, and then overnight I'll buy something and sell other shit, so I can make as much money as possible. That is the way to make money. Flipping and merching is the way. I mean, it used to be back in the day. To be fair, I remember buying DDSs in Falador for like 40k, and then selling them in Edgeville, right next to the Wilderness, for like 100k. And it was like wave 3 semicolon flash semicolon buying DDS exclamation mark. That's my sales experience. Definitely CV worthy.
Saying that, every time you go to the GE on any world, all you see is all these betting bots and people begging, and
I've always wanted to try one of these betting bots.
no, because it's a 98% win lose rate.
I haven't really seen many people lose. I've seen so many people win, but you don't actually know if they're winning or if they're part of the betting scam.
To make it look like they're winning.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've genuinely seen someone lose 100 mil, and I went prove that you've got it, and he actually showed me 100 mil cash stack. Obviously, you trade the money. He gives you a small deposit back to say that it's going through. Blah blah blah. Because there's loads of different games that you can play. It's not just the one.
There used to be a flower one.
And the one that he was doing was, I think it was odds and evens.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you got roll the dice. There used to be a flower one where you used to bet on the colour flower from a mithril seed.
I don't know. It's just obviously when you're starting as a new player, you do your little bit of trading like you do on Tutorial Island, fishing, woodcutting, attack, strength, archery. You do your mining, smithing, but you finish all that, and it just kind of obviously the game just kind of dumps you in Lumbridge, and there's no.
See, now there is. I know exactly what you're saying.
It just kind of before it just used to just kind of bump and kind of just dump you there and leave you. Then you had like all your bits. You just think, well, now what?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you're just sort of left there, and it's like a case of, what the hell do I do now? So now, I've never seen it because I don't do it, but when you start a new account, on Tutorial Island, it asks you if you're experienced or not.
Yeah.
If you click that you're new, once you land in Lumbridge, you get access to the Adventure Quest or the Pathfinder or something. I can't remember what it's called. And there's a person in Lumbridge, and there's like 50 different tasks, and it'll be like, go and kill 20 goblins, and then as a reward you'll get a myth scimitar or something like that. So it'll introduce you to the game, to different skills and different areas and stuff like that, which is brilliant.
What is this? Attack, strength, defense, mage, range. I think there's cooking in there as well. I think there's a bit of everything. It's a quite a good idea. So it gives you incentive of what to do.
Adventure Path, there we go. So Adventure Paths are a task system intended to help new players get on their feet by completed tasks for various low-level rewards. You've got the Combat Path, which is 15 tasks, and then you've got 3 Gatherer Paths. So it's not as many tasks as I thought, to be fair. But, I mean, yeah, so reach level 5 in the fishing skill and get a fishing rod and 100 bait. Combat path, here we go. Reach level 5 in the attack skill, get a steel longsword. If you're a member, you get 500 GP. Mithril defense, reach level 20, get a myth chain body. If you're a member, you get a myth full helm, myth plate legs, and mithril coil shield.
Nice.
It's not bad. Yeah, so that was a big thing. You were just dumped in Lumbridge, didn't really know what to do, and yeah, I think but that was one of my first thoughts, to be fair. And the only reason I knew what to do is because I had a mate who'd been playing it, and that's what you sort of rely on. But then the people who play RuneScape tend to be people who are introduced to it from a friend. Not many people. I don't know many people who found RuneScape off their own back and play it.
Well, no, because the original way to get onto RuneScape was to go to one website, then it patched you through from another, didn't it?
Miniclip.
Yeah, Miniclip.
So I remember seeing it advertised on Miniclip, and then I was in IT year 7 at school in England, and I remember seeing the banner and going, "Oh, RuneScape, what's this?" And then my mate goes, "Oh, I've been playing that. It's you sort of have a character, you level up, and you do stuff." And I was like, "Oh, go on then, I'll have a look." And then that was it. My addiction began.
Yep.
The problem is there's no patches. I can't. It's not like smoking. You can't put any nicotine patches on.
The only way to get away from it is to smash your phone.
Yeah, that's it. Smash your phone. But then I can tell you now, after a week, I'll be buying a new phone.
I can totally agree with you on that one.
I'll be selling a kid to buy a phone. Never mind anything else. Watched the documentary the other week on YouTube. The sort of the 2-hour RuneScape documentary.
Yeah.
I think I've watched it about 4 or 5 times. It just like looking back at it, it's crazy how far it's come. I still can't believe that it's a UK company, jhgax. I've never really, I always thought it was an American company for years. And then I watched that documentary, and then you actually go on the website, and it's like, oh, based in Cambridge. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I know Cambridge.
Okay. No way, it's English.
Yeah. So the man who started it was Andrew. Oh, Andrew begins with G. I think his name was. Hang on. Andrew Goa. That's it. So Andrew Goa is a lead developer and co-founder of jhgax Limited. He studied at the University of Cambridge. He's born and bred in England, pretty much. Him and his brothers Paul and Ian. So Paul, Ian, and Andrew. They were all the founders. Started it in their mum's kitchen, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
But one thing I'm doing this year, I'm going to RuneFest. The next one, 100% I'm going to it.
Ooh, yeah, meet you there.
And I can't decide if I'm going to dress up as a Bob the Cat, or whatever his name is, or a sexy gnome. I'm not sure yet. Slutty gnome, I should say. Or, or just going full fucking, full Inquisitors. Made out of cardboard. RuneScape jhgax is based in 220 Science Park, Cambridge, United Kingdom.
Wow. I've got to admit, all those times I actually thought it was American as well.
It was only recently that I realised it was English. I mean, I've watched the documentary, like I said, about 3-4 times beforehand, and he looked English where they looked like England. They even said England a few times, and I still didn't put 2 and 2 together and actually come across that this was made by English people and an English company and that sort of stuff. So
The fella's just stood there on the screen saying, "I'm English."
yeah, pretty much.
He still misses it.
Oh well, right. I think I'm gonna have to leave that here for this podcast, this episode 1. Getting to know me and the lovely Tbaginsnper. Hope you've enjoyed it. This is the Runescapers Anonymous. Like I say, anyone and everyone is welcome with your crippling Runescape addiction. Hope you've enjoyed the podcast so far. Make sure you follow it, stay tuned. I don't really know how it works, but episode 2 will be out when it's out. Check out Gangly Goat on YouTube, and we will see you in the next episode. Adios.
Adios. Catch you in the next one.